Apple announced its first ever carbon neutral products in the all new Apple Watch lineup. Innovations in design and clean energy have driven dramatic reductions in product emissions of over 75% for each carbon neutral Apple Watch. This milestone marks a major step in the company's journey toward its ambitious Apple 2030 goal to make every product carbon neutral by the end of the decade, including the entire global supply chain and the lifetime use of every device Apple makes. As part of Apple 2030 and the company's broader environmental efforts, Apple has also ended the use of leather across all of its product lines, announced its first entirely fiber-based packaging for the new Apple Watch lineup, and continued to expand the use of recycled materials in iPhone. The company also introduced a new tool in the Home app called Grid Forecast, which helps inform users when their power grid has cleaner energy available so they can decide when to use electricity. Apple has adopted a clear and rigorous approach to product decarbonization that prioritizes reducing greenhouse gas emissions from the three biggest sources across the product life cycle: electricity, materials, and transportation. Each carbon neutral Apple Watch model meets the following strict criteria: 100% clean electricity for manufacturing and product use, 30% recycled or renewable material by weight, and 50% of shipping without the use of air transportation. These combined efforts result in at least a 75% reduction in product emissions for each model. The company will use high quality carbon credits to address the small amount of remaining emissions, resulting in a carbon neutral product footprint. Apple began building and investing in large-scale solar and wind farms to power its data centers and offices over a decade ago. In 2015, the company started working with its manufacturing partners to help them create and invest in their own solar and wind projects and source renewable energy for all Apple production. Since 2018, all of Apple's corporate offices, data centers, and retail stores worldwide have been powered by renewable electricity. Thanks to these combined efforts, Apple and its global suppliers support more than 15 gigawatts of clean energy around the world today, enough to power over 5 million American homes. Across all product lines, more than 300 global suppliers, representing over 90% of Apple's direct manufacturing spend, have now joined Apple's Supplier Clean Energy program, committing to 100% renewable electricity for all Apple production by the end of this decade. Electricity for manufacturing and charging devices represents the largest source of Apple's emissions across all product lines. To address the latter, Apple has committed to invest in large-scale solar and wind projects around the world. For the carbon neutral Apple Watch models, the company will match 100% of customers' expected electricity use for charging. Apple has pioneered the use of many key recycled materials in its products through world-class product engineering, extensive design qualification, and supply chain expertise. The new products build on these achievements. To further reduce impact on the planet, Apple is ending the use of leather across all of its product lines, including iPhone accessories and Apple Watch bands. The company will replace leather with a new textile called fine woven, an elegant and durable twill made from 68% post-consumer recycled content. As recycled and renewable materials often have a lower carbon footprint than primary materials, Apple's industry-leading progress in the use of recycled content also advances the company's Apple 2030 goal. The new fine woven material has significantly lower emissions compared to the more carbon-intensive leather, and both the new iPhone 15 and the Apple Watch lineups advance progress toward the company's 2025 targets for the use of 100% recycled metals in key components. Apple is also accelerating progress toward plastic-free packaging by 2025. In addition to achieving the first 100% fiber-based packaging for the new Apple Watch and band lineup, The packaging for every iPhone 15 model is over 99% fiber based. Transporting products around the world makes up about 9% of Apple's comprehensive carbon footprint. The company is shifting more product volume to shipping modes that are less carbon intensive than air transport, such as ocean or rail. Apple's carbon footprint methodology shows that shipping the same product by ocean emits 95% fewer emissions than by air. For the carbon neutral Apple Watch models, including watches and bands, the company will ship at least 50% of the combined weight using non air modes, cutting total transportation emissions nearly in half. Additionally, the packaging of all Apple Watch Series 9 and SE models has been redesigned for compactness with a new, smaller shape that allows for 25% more devices per shipment. As Apple decarbonizes its value chain, the company is also committed to engaging with customers and creating technology that helps them understand and address their environmental impact. Grid Forecast is a new tool in the Home app on Apple devices that shows when a user's electrical grid has relatively cleaner or less clean energy sources available. For example, there are times when wind and solar projects produce more energy than the grid can use, leading to some of it being wasted. There are also times when electricity is being generated with lower emissions. By using electricity during these cleaner times, customers may lower the climate impact of the electricity they use at home. Apple uses data that combines grid, emissions, and weather information into one easy to follow signal. This can help people make decisions about the best time to run large appliances and charge electric vehicles or devices throughout the day.